Hello, people of the internet watching videos that have to do with automobiles. Welcome to this, a drastically expanded salvage yard. This thing is huge now. If you're new and you'd like to get caught up on the last video where I had some unfortunate situations happen with a very expensive engine. Look, this one's back. They put this one on backwards. Up above is a link to that video. So I am here for one very specific reason today. And because they're reorganizing the entire salvage yard, nothing is in order right now. Holy crap, what happened to this Accord? RX-8, someone already took the engine out of it. At least they still have stuff generally in a Japanese area over here, and I need some Japanese stuff, but I need old stuff. Oh yeah, everything's super mixed up. There's a Mini right next to an Impreza. Weird, a Tribeca. I forgot about these things. Here we go, there's an old Maxima, and right down next to it is an old Accord. Is this Maxima a VG or a K8? Ooh, it's a VG. This is... Engine's still in it, imagine that. Another old Maxima. There you go, an old Camry. Look at that bodywork. Oh, sad, an old Gump. There's another old Accord. Seems like late 80s is the oldest you'll find in here right now. A little EF hatch. Geez, there's nothing usable out of this. Ah, a Cressida. When restoring older cars that are less common and popular for the masses, you really have to learn how to tap into resources that the average person really wouldn't think of. Thank you, Cressida. Don't think there's any more old Japanese cars down here. Holy crap, it's Illumina. I can literally hear that engine right now in my head.
The cars you don't want to stop driving, and the cars that make the stops you need.
Welcome to the following day. Whilst I'm working on my experiment from the junkyard, time to do this. I don't know if this is gonna come off in one piece. I don't need to save it. That is so bad. Oh, the speaker's torn. What about this side? Oh, that speaker is not torn. Oh wait, yeah, it's got a tiny tear. Obviously, new modern speakers are going to sound better just because materials deteriorate, but there would have been something special about having original old school speakers still in perfect condition. That may or may not be foreshadowing for what inevitably is going to come later to fill these holes. That was probably the worst way possible I could have worded this, but you get the point. This giant roll right here was carefully selected due to its texture and its coloration. That's it right there. Now, I have never done this before, so don't judge me if I screw up, but let's hope I don't, because I don't have a ton of material. Got some glue. I'm gonna use a brush just in case, make sure there's no crap stuck to this, because then it will show up. Shake up my adhesive, get it all over the top of my workbench, and the floor, and my feet, and my lungs. That smells absolutely terrible. I probably should have wore a respirator. I'm not repositioning the camera for this. I'm sorry. I don't have a lot of working time here. There's little tiny dimples here and there, and that's because there's actually little holes for the buttons that hold this all in. Instead of ruining my freshly cut out piece of fabric, I'll ruin my creeper, because that made sense. Now, some of you are probably wondering why I'm doing this in black, considering the carpet, the seats, the headliner, and the pillar covers are all brown. This is like wrapping presents, and I suck at that. Well, there's a good explanation for that, and that's because the dashboard is black. I don't think wrapping it is gonna work. Yeah, it doesn't stay when you wrap it. Stapler. I don't want to use a big heavy-duty one because I don't want to go through the other side. Oh, dumb, it went through. Luckily, they're just tiny, tiny holes that won't be noticeable. I'm gonna try a thicker glue, which I don't have enough of. That's working better. It's like mustard that will glue your asshole shut. That glue is no joke. I started getting a headache within like 3 minutes of using it. I think this will actually work. It needs to be smaller anyway, so this is fine. The factory rear package shelf had jute under it, so I'm putting that back in there as a form of sound deadening, which is the #1 thing I get told in comments about this car, is that I need to add sound deadening to the inside of the chassis before I install the interior, despite me mentioning several times that the entire inside of the shell was factory sound deadened already. It smells like new car in here because all the fresh jute and carpet. smells good. What was I thinking when I did this? This is a huge pain. I should have put all this hardware in a bag. I don't know where to put this stuff. I don't know what to do with my hands. My socks are gonna get dirty, and then people on the internet are gonna see my feet, and then I'm gonna lose money. Now I think about it, I'm definitely gonna end up having to upgrade this fuel pump. That needs to get vacuumed. That's gross. Honestly, what's more amazing about this entire situation is how dust is capable of collecting underneath something that was covered with an absorbent material. I can't believe how much cleaner this is already. So, speaker wire. I got some brand new, fresh, high quality stuff to replace the old crap that was in there. I'm gonna slice this in the center. This is pretty durable stuff. Trim this right here. That goes on there. This, you have no idea how good this smells. It just smells like an expensive new cow. It smells like Ron Burgundy's. That's so good. So good. Oh man, that looks good. That came out absolutely mint. I'm like very proud of myself for that one. A little bit of interior cleaner. I had no idea this vent was actually functional in this trim piece. Oh, it's nice and clean. The back is where all the stink is at. That's stink free. I gotta figure out how much of this I need. Probably put extra. I'm talking to myself. I guess technically I'm talking to the camera. Airplane. I'll probably end up integrating this into the dash harness area. Now that's a F-16 flying a training sortie. A little bit of afterburner action. And it's wingman. Yep, that should be enough right there. Cut it. Whether or not I actually have speakers for this thing already, that's something that will be the icing on the cake at the end of this build. Okay. I think that goes like that. Also, I haven't made up my mind whether or not I want to remove the sticker on the back window. This might not make sense to some of you to save this stuff, but I want to try to keep some of this car original. And these are both for the front. So I was kind of stupid and accidentally threw away the plastic liners for the rear windows, but these are genuine Toyota parts, bags. This is 100% fully acceptable because this is a genuine Toyota plastic bag. This right here is, I'm saying that I win. I win OEM Plus on the internet because I use genuine Toyota plastic bag. Nobody can top this. Oh, I got it all over my nails. Awesome. Exactly what I wanted. Beautiful on my fucking nails. The whole reason why this video started off in the junkyard was because of this. I had to get some more of the original Toyota hardware. See how it has a little Fantastic Four logo as the rating on the top of the bolt? Well, they don't make them like this anymore. Old Toyota hardware from the 80s and older, possibly also Nissan and Honda might have done this, but I know 100% Toyota had the little number rating with a circle around it on the head of each one of the bolts. Now these are all the ones from the Celica that I tried cleaning up in the ultrasonic cleaner, and a lot of them are just covered in old paint and they didn't really come up as clean as I wanted them to. And the ones from the Cressida, they lost their gold finish and are covered in paint overspray. So what that means is I'm probably gonna end up having to get those all re-zinc coated, just because that's a lot of the hardware that goes in the engine bay for brackets and stuff that's highly visible. So this thing that looks like the corpse of a prehistoric caterpillar is for the window. You know when you see like a late model Ford or Dodge pickup truck and the front windows are so scratched you can't even see in them? That's because people are lazy and don't clean their vehicles like they should, and also because these get full of dirt. What I have here, straight from Japan, is a set of new ones. Shout out to Rick at Toy Head Auto. He's the one that stocks these and imports them from Japan where they're produced. And I'm just glad they still make stuff like this for these cars. Give this a little wipe down with some interior cleaner. And then these get bent sideways up here at the top. I almost did this upside down and swapped them. See how one side has the little slits because it has to curve? well, the little slits need to face down, which subsequently will orient this little guy in the right direction for your window. There really isn't any good information on the internet for doing this either, at least that I could find. Getting this bend right there is really not easy. Can't tell if corrosion or adhesive. Just in case this is actually corrosion, I'm gonna treat it real quick. And then final wipe down for this side. This is how I'm making my bend. There's only so much range of motion you can bend to this. Ouch, that thing's sharp. If you guys missed out on the video where I had to replace the carpet down here and sew on this new piece and the border and all that stuff, I'll link it up above. Ouch! That was definitely adhesive on the back side of this door panel. This is an ass pain. Right here, there's a clip that I just can't really get to. I'm sorry for the terrible lighting and camera angles. This is not a film studio in Los Angeles. This is a fucking shop in Tucson. Getting all these little clips aligned in their respective holes took far longer than I anticipated. My shop is such a mess. I have to clean in here. These guys are painted. I'm that lame that I put a part of the Toyota sticker from this bag on the plastic. Just so you know, that's a flex. The only way that could go any harder is if it was old logo. The clip goes over the top. Walk around the shop in my socks getting them all dirty. Man, this is not easy. Yep, that one went where it's supposed to. Got it. The plate will go right there. As much as I want to bolt the seat in and be done with this area, I have a problem. Your shopping cart, lady. Eventually someday I'll find a general contractor to erect a new shop, and when I do have one, I won't have to play musical cars anymore. If you're up to speed on these videos and you're wondering what happened with the engine, as you're watching this right now, it should either be or hopefully almost be already at the engine shop that originally did all the work. I shipped it and stuck an Apple AirTag in the box so I could track it. Alright, scuff these up. Use a Scotch-Brite so I can put some tooth into this metal. I don't know why I choose to struggle when I have tools. I guess I'm just used to it. Last time I did that, I hit my camera with a bolt almost. This time I learned my lesson. Wax and grease remover. Make sure this is spotless. Even though I manufactured these brackets out of stainless steel, I still want to coat them in some black epoxy. That way they match the underside of the car better. And with the magic of time travel, they're all dry and ready to install. Yes. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. Haha, magnet worked. Solid. Ooh, almost lost that one. How gangster is this? These seatbelt bolts have the little Toyota logo. Right there at the very top is the old Toyota logo, well, at least the outline shape of it inside a circle. Seatbelt. It's amazing that I don't destroy these cameras on a more frequent basis with how I treat them. Here, so you can see what I'm doing. I have windows that go down now. I had one side in. There, now it's in. That's hard. It's starting to feel like a car. It's a little victory, but it's a victory. It's so comfy. And it doesn't stink like mildew like it used to. A little dangerous. So there's an underlying theme to this video, if you haven't noticed, and it's hardware. The reason why I have not assembled the rear end of the car fully yet is because I was lacking clean yellow zinc hardware. Along with these, this is raw steel and this needs to be zinc coated. However, you see how thick these are? I think I need to go back to the drawing board on designing these. The way I design these is the flat portion mounts to the bottom side of the spoiler. I have to put some holes in it and attach it there. And then these two studs go through the holes that I have in the top of the trunk lid. Problem is that surface is curved. It's not perfectly flat. I'm thinking steel isn't the answer. That is way too stiff and it's inevitably gonna dent the trunk lid when I go to tighten it down. So I need to do something a little bit more flexible, but yet still strong enough that I can attach it to the bottom of the spoiler. I was also thinking I could do something like this. This is what is used on the 67 to 69 Camaro and Firebird to mount the rear spoiler on it. You see, this is the threaded portion that goes into the bottom of the spoiler, and then this is the body that goes through the trunk lid that you can thread some hardware onto. I kind of like this option because there's no strap going across the bottom of the wing. As far as the bumper itself goes, I had the brace that goes behind it powder coated black, along with the license plate bracket, which this is originally black from the factory on these cars. So now these are ready, but the hardware, not so much. It's got old paint on it, and yeah, I need to get these freshened up. So with that said, the next video on this car is gonna be dependent on me having freshly zinc coated hardware back from a zinc coater, and the engine is probably gonna take about 30 days to get back from the engine builder. And without the engine, there's only a couple small things left that I can actually do to this car. Most of it is final assembly waiting on those fresh zinc coated bolts. However, outside the door right now is a freshly painted cab for the Come & Swap F350. So I got some content on that coming for you, as well as either the MR2 or the Forester. You guys gotta fight it out in the comment section below which you wanna see something on. And then hopefully by then I should have the stuff back for this car and I can wrap it up. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye!